আচ্ছা, সবার কাছে স্লাইড দেখা দিচ্ছে?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ইয়েস না নো? কি হলো?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, very good. So, till now we have completed definition of transducer, differences, factors on which you will select a transducer, then type of transducer, then you have learned displacement transducer, যার মধ্যে পড়া হয়েছিল potentiometer, LVDT, strain gauge. Then we studied about temperature measurement transducer. ওর মধ্যে RTD, thermistor, and then you had what? Thermocouple. Now we will learn something called flow meters. Flow meter means these are type of transducer which measures flow. আর কার flow হবে? Obviously not solid. They will measure flow of fluids. আচ্ছা, আমাকে আইডিয়া করতে বলতে পারবে যে what do you mean by fluids? Fluids কাকে বলে? Anybody can tell me what is fluid? Fluid क्या होता है? No idea. Fluids is something that floats. That is not compressible. That means they can be compressed. And that doesn't have a definite structure. So it cannot be solid.
Actually, ওটা কি কোনো মিউজিক্যাল ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টের মধ্যে পড়ে?
Musical instrumenটের মধ্যে? No. Fluids. It's a physical phenomena.
So, sir,
বলো।
what is the difference between fluid and liquid?
Good question. Fluids has two parts, like two types. One is gas, one is liquid. So generally when we studied physics, আমরা পড়েছিলাম যে there are three types of matter: solid, liquid, gas. But now we have a bigger name for liquid and gas. It is called fluids because they have a flow property. They can flow through it. Solid cannot flow. যেমন ধরো তুমি যদি সলিডকে গুঁড়ো করো and you throw it on the floor, it will not flow. ওই কিছুটা তো এদিক ওদিক গিয়ে পড়ে they will stop. But fluids, they will flow, like petrol, jol, they can flow. So what are the factors?
So, sir, every liquid is a fluid, right?
Yes, they are fluids. Liquid and gas, they are fluid. They have a property to flow. তাই জন্য এদেরকে fluid বলা হয়. They are compressible. Compressible মানে প্রেসার অ্যাপ্লাই করলে তুমি ওদের শেপ চেঞ্জ করতে পারো, ওদের ভলিউম চেঞ্জ করতে পারো। But for solid, they are not easily compressible. Liquid or গ্যাসের তুলনায় solid is not that much compressible. Another important factor is you need a container to hold them. Gas or liquid এর জন্য you need a container to hold them. Solid এর জন্য you don't need it. It is not compulsory because liquid and gas, they will flow out. Another important property is their shape. They easily take the shape of the container. For instance, তুমি জল যদি একটা গোল পাত্রতে রাখো, গোল হয়ে যাবে। জল যদি একটা ন্যারো পাইপের মধ্যে রাখো, it will be like that. Whatever. But the important properties are this. Another important property is their frictional property. Frictional property bolte, for solids, you know the word called friction. যখন একটা solid আর একটা solid surface এর উপর দিয়ে যায়, they experience something called drag or friction. মানে let's say you are pulling a square cube over the floor. এবার square cube এর যে সারফেসটা আছে and your floor surface, when you pull it, like when you're moving this cube in say right direction, your floor is going to give it a left direction friction, like friction in the left direction. So what will happen? And the contact surface, if both the forces are equal, the friction force is equal to your drag force, then the solid cannot be moved. So you have, if you want to move the solid over the surface, you need to increase your pulling force such that it is more than the friction or drag force, then only it will move. So if your pulling force is double, then it will start moving. But for the liquid, there is another type of friction. The name is called viscosity. That is a viscous drag. In terms of viscous drag, you have to know one thing. In solid, the structure is not deformed, but viscous drag is a deformable frictional force. That means what you have, like where the solid, in case of solid, the point at where the solid touches the floor, that interface or that contact surface only experience the friction. There is no friction on any other surface. That means ধরো এই সলিডটার মাথার উপরে কোনো ফ্রিকশন নেই, কারণ ওটা তো আর টাচ করছে না ফ্লোরকে। সলিডের সামনের পার্টে কোনো ফ্রিকশন নেই, বিকজ ইট ইজ নট টাচিং দ্য ফ্লোর। অনলি যে জায়গায় টাচ হচ্ছে, দ্যাট মিনস অনলি অ্যাট দি ইন্টারফেস, সলিডের ক্ষেত্রে there is a frictional force, but interface থেকে একটু সরে গেলে there is nothing, there is no frictional force. But in case of liquid, there is a frictional force. That is called viscosity or viscous force. That means if this is a solid and say a liquid layer is going like this to the right, so there will be a viscous force here. Like liquid layer, this layer is moving this way, it will experience a viscous drag in the left side. Then again the layer below that will again experience viscous drag, because the first one, the one which is, let's say this is the edge or the interface where the liquid and the solid touches. A solid er khetre ki hocche, let's say this is this interface, a viscous drag create করছে on the first layer of the liquid. তাহলে ফার্স্ট লেয়ার অফ লিকুইডের জন্য ভিসকাস ড্রাগটা হচ্ছে সলিডটার জন্য। তাহলে তারপরের লেয়ারটা যেটা অলরেডি লিকুইডের ভেতরে আছে, তার কেন ভিসকাস ড্রাগ হবে? বিকজ অফ দি ফার্স্ট লেয়ার অফ দ্য লিকুইড। এই করতে করতে the friction or the viscosity reaches the inside. But you must also remember one thing, there is one layer of the liquid যেটা ভেতরের দিকে থাকবে, that won't experience any viscous drag, that will have constant velocity flow. The main thing that you should keep in mind is that unlike solid, liquid-এর ক্ষেত্রে viscosity is not only at the interface, it is throughout the liquid. But there is also one of the layer of the liquid where you won't have any viscous drag. Hence, our purpose of this flow meter is to measure the viscous drag or the viscosity. That is one. Second is, liquid, solid have high density. Liquid and gases have lower density, which needs to be measured. কোনো কোনো কাজের জন্য আমাদের density মাপতে হয়. So flow meter also measures density. কারণ, and how it will do that? Flow meter can measure mass flow. Since it can measure mass flow, it can measure density. আচ্ছা, মাসের সাথে ডেনসিটি রিলেশনটা কি কেউ জানো? কে বলবে, বলো? How is density and mass related? কে বলতে পারবে? আজকে খুব চুপ সবাই, everybody is replying. Okay, density is equal to mass per unit volume. Mass per unit volume, m by v. Mass by volume is equal to density. If you can measure mass, then you can measure density. So since this flow meter can, or this flow transducer can measure mass flow, it can measure density. Third is compressibility. Compressibility means how much you can press it or how smaller you can make. যেমন তুলোকে তুমি যদি cotton ball, if you press it, it will become smaller. That means it is compressible. But similarly, all liquid and gases are compressible. Try to compress a gas, it will converge into a very small size. আর অনেক বেশি compress করা liquid হয়ে যেতে পারে. So compressibility is another measurement factor. Another is temperature, pressure. এগুলো তো general ব্যাপার. Every liquid has some temperature, or any fluid have some certain temperature, certain pressure value. And the main reading যেটার জন্য we started it is type of flow. আমাদের দুটো আছে, laminar flow and turbulent flow. Laminar flow means flow pattern is uniform. That means whatever is the drag force at every layer, it's same throughout the pipe. Let's say a pipe এর মধ্যে liquid flow করছে, এই পয়েন্টে যা velocity, other পয়েন্টেও সেই velocity. So the liquid is flowing with uniform velocity. Liquid এর মধ্যে there is no acceleration involved, although drag forces কাজ করছে. Those type of flow are called laminar flow. And turbulent মানে এই পয়েন্টে velocity এক, এই পয়েন্টে velocity আলাদা, আর একটু এগুলো velocity আলাদা. Turbulent flow is like that. Generally during the storm, wind become turbulent. কেন? উইন্ডের কোনো ইউনিফর্ম ভেলোসিটি আর পার্টিকুলার পজিশনে থাকে না। বাট যখন নর্মাল উইন্ড ফ্লো হয়, লেটস সে তুমি লাইক ফর ইনস্টেন্স নর্মাল ডেতে হালকা হাওয়া দিচ্ছে, ইট ইজ স্টিল ল্যামিনার। সো ল্যামিনার আর টার্বুলেন্ট, দে আর রিলেটেড। When your fluid velocity increases beyond a certain limit, the fluid's compressibility dynamically varies. That's when it becomes turbulent. মানে দেখা যাচ্ছে এত জোরে মুভমেন্ট হচ্ছে যে the volume of air which is crossing from one point to another is not uniformly going. Somewhere the the fluid is accumulating. Somewhere the fluid is spreading out, and that creates turbulent flow. So let's go to the next part. So we have আমাদের এখানে টপিকটার নাম হচ্ছে absolute or positive displacement meter. এটা হচ্ছে ফার্স্ট টাইপ অফ ডিসপ্লেসমেন্ট মিটার। This positive or absolute displacement meter, it can measure the volume of liquid passing through the flow meter. তাহলে এইটার অবজেক্টিভ কি দাঁড়ালো? অবজেক্টিভ অফ পজিটিভ displacement flow meter. Objective is measure volume of liquid flowing. এটা আমাদের প্রাইমারি অবজেক্টিভ, আর কিছু নয়। there is nothing else in it. তো এটা করে কি করে? it uses something called chambers. এই যে জিনিসটা দেখছো এখানে, this thing is called chamber. This chamber are the most important part of this flow meter. Flow meter টা দেখতে কিন্তু এরকম হয়, this left side image এরকম হয়। কি হয়? there is a entry area or the entry hole, and there is a exit hole. Flow direction টা, it will go, the fluid will go inside the entry hole and then exit it, and ultimately এখানে কিছু একটা হবে ওই ভেতরটাতে, that is the চেম্বারের ভেতরে, that is converted into the counting value. মানে উপরে একটা কাউন্টার থাকে, ভেতরে তো অ্যাকচুয়ালি মুভমেন্ট হয়, কিছু একটা হয়, certain technology ইউজ হয়। after that some electrical signals are generated which are converted to reading, and এটা খুব সিম্পল টেকনোলজিতে কাজ করে। we will see how. so এবার এটার বেসিক অবজেক্টিভ is to measure volume. এবার ভাবো, let's say everybody notice, সবাই একটুখানি এখানে ধ্যান দাও and try to understand what I'm trying to say. You can measure volume. How? Let's say you have a pot of known volume. মানে ধরে না একটা জলের বোতল আর সে একটা গ্লাস আছে, তুমি যার ভলিউমটা জানো, ইউ অ্যালাউ আ লিকুইড টু ফ্লো ইনটু ইট। এবার তোমার গ্লাসটা ভরে যাবে। when the glass is filled, you again transfer the liquid into another pot and let it flow out. তাহলে তুমি গ্লাসটা ভরলো, আবার গ্লাসটা খালি হয়ে গেল। so you can measure a volume like this. তুমি ধরো let's say you have a bottle, এরকম একটা বটল আছে, 5 লিটারের বটল আছে, and you have a glass. You want to measure, তুমি জানো না যে এটা 5 লিটার লিকুইড আছে কিনা, but it's filled. Let's say it's filled with 5 liters of liquid, but you want to measure it. So what you will do, let's think about a glass which can hold 1 liter of the liquid. তুমি কি করবে, এই লিকুইডটা ফার্স্টে এর মধ্যে ফেলবে, সো 1 লিটার ফিল্ড হয়ে গেল, তারপরে আবার এটাকে অন্য জায়গায় স্টোর করবে, দেন আবার বোতল থেকে আরেকটু লিকুইড ফেললে গ্লাসে, সো 2 লিটার হয়ে গেল। So the glass will help you count how much volume of liquid. How? তুমি যতবার গ্লাসটাকে ভরছো, you keep a count of it. First you fill the glass, then empty the glass. তো একবার হলো, again you fill the glass, দুবার হলো, again you fill the glass, এই করে করে 5 বার ফিল করার পরে তুমি গ্লাসটাকে খালি করলে। So after counting 5, so you have 5 count, আর তোমার গ্লাসটা হচ্ছে known, যে 1 লিটার লিকুইড ধরতে পারে। So how much fluid you have in that bottle? 5 liter. 5 count into 1 liter. This is the idea behind this absolute flow meter. তো কি করে, this chamber is filled with the liquid. When this chamber is filled with the liquid, these things, these small things, this will start rotating. How? This chamber is filled with the liquid, there is an entry and there is a exit. We are measuring flow rate or volume flow rate, মানে কতটা জলের ভেতরে ঢুকছে আর বের হচ্ছে। ফার্স্ট তো এই চেম্বারটা যতবার ভরবে আর খালি হবে, that number of times into চেম্বারের ভলিউম will give you the total volume of mass flowing through it. এই করে তুমি টোটাল ভলিউম মাপতে পারো। বাট তোমার যদি কনস্ট্যান্টলি এটাকে ভর্তি আর খালি করা যায়, you are still calculating, মানে just multiply the number of times this chamber is filled and emptied. এবার কি করে এটা মাপবে? when there is a flow of liquid, এই যে দুটো জিনিস আছে, this thing keeps on turning left or right. তো এই দুটো জিনিসের one turn of left or one turn of right যদি হয়, one turn of left কখন হবে? when the chamber is filling. one turn of right কখন হবে? when the chamber is getting emptied. তার মানে এই যে একটা এরকম ধরনের জিনিস আছে, this will turn this side and then turn this side, and similarly this one, the lower one will turn in the opposite direction at the same time. তাহলে any direction and whatever be the rate of flow, one of them will always give some count. That's how you can calculate the volume. তাহলে কনসেপ্টটা ক্লিয়ার হলো? Any question? Okay, there is no question till now. So this one works by repeatedly filling the beaker or the precision chamber and then emptying it. That is the easiest. So number of times the chamber is filled and emptied into total volume of the chamber will give you total volume of liquid. Another factor you keep in mind, this flow meter is very accurate. Why? You know the volume, so the number of times তুমি volume টাকে multiply করছো. Third factor is it can measure wide range of viscosities. মানে এটা যে কোনো ধরনের oily substance এর জন্য কাজ করতে পারে, liquid substance এর জন্য কাজ করতে পারে, আর এটা খুব reliable instrument. There is no problem with this because there is only very few parts and this is almost errorless. Also that doesn't require high maintenance. Currently they don't have many parts, so যদি parts ই না থাকে, what will you do? Second, we come to something, it's called electromagnetic heat flow meter. এটা কি করে কাজ করে? It works by Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. এটা মাথায় রেখো। Same জিনিস, এটাও ভলিউম মাপারই কাজ করবে, it measures the mass flow, but it uses Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So how it works? First মাথায় রেখো, this requires a conductive liquid. The conductive liquid তুমি কি করে বানাবে, that depends on you. What is a conductive liquid? The liquid have probably a conducting particles like iron, nickel, aluminium, copper inside it. So generally it is good for, বলতে পারবে এটা বেস্ট কার জন্য হবে, like this require a conductive liquid. The particles can be nanoparticles. এর সবথেকে ভালো application is where you have this one, hydraulic system. Hydraulic fluids have conductive nanoparticles, and those fluid pressure or that fluid flow, fluid volume in your hydraulic chamber is best measured using this. So what will happen at a conductive liquid if it flows through a coil? যেমন ধরো এরকম একটা ইন্ডাক্টর আছে, if তুমি এটাকে একটা কারেন্টের সাথে লাগালে, okay, then তোমার কাছে ধরো let's say you have another coil secondary, এখানে একটা ভোল্ট মিটার লাগালে, এখানে let's say 220 ভোল্টেজ দিয়ে দিচ্ছি, and then you have a pipe here where the conductive liquid, through which the conductive liquid is flowing through. Now when the conducting liquid is flowing through here, the number of conductive particles will cause a change in magnetic couples linked from this primary to secondary. এটা অনেকটা LVDT এর মতো, but instead of a movable core আমরা এখানে একটা movable particle, কি বলে, movable conducting particle use করছি. If the flow is very fast, the conductive particles are moving very fast, then what will happen, the conducting particle will form a stream. That stream will cause changes in voltage induced from primary to secondary. Or if more volume of liquid is passing, more volume of conductive liquid passing means the core density will be higher, or core volume will be higher. If core volume is higher means more conducting particle. More conducting particle means more magnetic field induced. So we have output electric voltage is proportional to volume of flowing liquid. Another thing is magnetic field. This magnetic field, if we increase it, magnetic field due to primary, ধরো আরো কড়া ম্যাগনেট ইউজ করছি, that means we have a more field voltage, then again the induced EMF is higher. Third point is denser fluid. Denser fluid bolte, those denser fluids have more conductive particles close by. So again the number of conductive particles are increasing through the core. So more density means more electricity or more EMF induced in the secondary. This is the shortest way of explaining. Okay, that is the first part of the slide. Now let's go to the second slide. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of this electromagnetic flow meter? First, the advantages. Pros means advantage. They are not affected by temperature, pressure, density, viscosity of the liquid, because their reading actually measures the density and viscosity. But changing the temperature doesn't change any properties of this measurement system, because changing temperature and pressure doesn't affect magnetic field. So that changes won't affect. They can detect contaminants. Contaminants means impurities. What impurities can be there in the liquid? Say in hydraulic fluid, there can be air bubbles, there can be some solid particles, like for instance, hydraulic fluids used in aircraft. It may happen that hydraulic fluids are carried through pipes. They are in contact with solids, like metal objects, which are acting as the receiving or transmitting end. What if they break and mix with the fluid and get circulated throughout the aircraft pipeline? So if there is such cases, the magnetic field, or you are trying to measure the flow using a magnetic field. If there are contaminants like air bubble or some solid particles, the induced magnetic field will fall or change. Like even though you want to achieve high pressure, you're not getting that much inductance. So you can like observe the changes and detect what is going on. Like is there a pollutant or not? There is no pressure loss. Like what if the pressure increases suddenly at one point? There will be no problem. Also, there is no moving part. If there is no moving part, or it's like a solid state, a non-movable part, then it will be more reliable, require less maintenance. But what are the side effects? Like what can't be done? Disadvantages. You cannot measure this mass flow of gases and liquids that doesn't have electrical conductivity. Like you cannot measure flow of oxygen, you cannot measure flow of water, because they don't have metal contaminants or they don't have nanoparticles, like conducting nanoparticles. Another shortcoming is you need a little bit of pipe. Like this is a flow path of a liquid. So like this, you need a pipe arrangement over which you will place this instrument to measure it. That's the disadvantage. The third is thermal mass flow meter. What is a thermal mass flow meter? You have a pipe or somewhere where gas is flowing through or liquid is flowing through. You have two heaters. Here one, here two. Heater one, heater two. The heater will heat the gas or the liquid. So what will happen? This part they will heat up, this part they will heat up. The liquid is getting hot, and there is a thermal sensor in the center part. So if the gas is flowing too fast, then the gas will have a time to cool down faster. That means the heating zone will be here, and more like the inside of the gas will be much cooler. The more faster it is, like the more faster the gas is, the little will be the heated area. So you use a temperature or a heat sensor to measure this element, and you calibrate the heat sensor to the rate of flow. Remember, the objective here is rate of flow of fluid, especially gas. This is thermal mass flow meter, thermal mass or heated mass flow meter. It has other names: thermal dispersion flow meter, immersible mass flow meter. It always measures the total mass flow rate of fluid, mainly used for gases, and it uses a closed conduit. A closed conduit means an enclosure, like a pipeline. You cannot measure the thermal mass flow in open area. So you understand the concept. There are two heaters. The heaters will heat up the gas that is flowing inside the conduit or the pipe. The faster the gas flow, the lesser will be the superheated area. This red area is the heated area, superheated. That's a superheated. So the smaller the volume of the superheated area, the faster is the velocity or volume flow rate. You can calibrate it and then you can display it. This is the mostly used, like most popular industrial flow application in pipes and ducts. So it is the most important one. And the most popular one used in industry. But there is one side effect. Side effect is composition of gas. Not every gas, even though they are flowing at the same velocity, even if let's say the velocity a gas has, let's assume a gas which has multiple components, say oxygen, say nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane. A gas which is being used has all this. Then you will see, even though the velocity or the flow is same, their heat flow or thermal flow will differ. Like methane heats up faster, so its thermal flow is, even though it moves, even if it is moving faster, that surface, the superheated surface will be big, so it has more like fast heating. Then nitrogen have slow heating property, so if it is flowing faster, then it will have small superheated area. Like that, you can detect the presence of different gas component by detecting how much is the flow rate using this meter. So you need to calibrate it properly. Calibration is essential for this meter. If you calibrate it wrongly, like for instance, you calibrate this instrument to detect methane and you are trying to measure the flow rate of nitrogen, you will get an error. So you have to calibrate it properly. I will stop here for now. এবার আমার প্রশ্ন তোমাদের কাছে আছে, what did you understand আর কি কি বোঝনি এবার বলো। Tell me, আপনি তো খুব চুপচাপ দেখছি। I will stop with thermal flow, but there's mass flow meters. I've completed flow meter, and that's it. No more for today. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. তাহলে any question till now? মানে এতটা তো অনেকটা তো লেসন পড়ানো হলো, এখনো অবধি কিছু আছে? আজ অবধি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন?